Hey, and welcome to EUTV Sports Update. We'll be looking at the latest sports news from Evangel University and around the region. I'm Caden McBride.
We'll also look at college games across the nation and check out the latest happenings in professional sports. I'm Elijah Van Natta, and this is Sports Update on EUTV.
Man, Elijah, we had an absolutely busy week in both the world of Valor athletics, but even the professional world too.
Oh yeah, for sure, and some great performances out there by athletes all around. So you want to hop right into men's basketball?
Absolutely. Men's Valor basketball concluded their time on the road by going against their conference rival, Avila University. Evangel and Avila competed with narrow competition. Avila took an early 11-4 lead over Evangel in the first half. Valor Manrique Alvarado, Josh Pritchett, and Garrett DeVault responded by going on a 12-0 run in just 3 minutes, taking a 16-11 lead over Avila. Avila would take the lead again, 25-21 over Evangel. Garrett DeVault finished this half strong, helping the Valor retake the lead, scoring 7 points, leaving the score 40-32 at the end of the first half. Starting the second half strong, a pair of baskets from Josh Mason and a tip-in from Garrett DeVault extended Evangel's lead 46-36 over Avila. However, Avila would fight back and bring the score to within 3 points. A pair of free throws from Carson Cavalier and Brock Smith helped Valor extend the lead to 8 points over Avila. 55-47, the Valor held the lead for the remainder of the game. Evangel's offense turned the heat up by scoring 24 points in the last 9 minutes of the game, claiming a 79-62 lead over Avila Eagles, Evangel's 6th consecutive win of the season.
Evangel Valor women's basketball had a great win against Avila University on Saturday. They played in the Maybe Gymnasium in Kansas City, Missouri, where they were locked into a defensive battle where neither team's defense allowed the other to score hardly any points. The score was 23-20 at halftime with Valor in the lead. Most of the scoring occurred in the fourth quarter as EU took a 53-45 road victory over Avila. Jazzy Kirby led Evangel's offense this game with 11 points, scored, helping lead Evangel to their win. Evangel Valor baseball finished up their 3-game series against Hannibal LaGrange University at home on Saturday, where they scored a total of 32 combined runs, leaving their competition in the dust. The first game on Saturday, second game of the series, Valor was able to rule the visitors, making the game only 7 innings with a Valor victory of 15-5 over the Trojans. In Game 3 of the series, another 7-inning matchup where Evangel played strong on both offense and defense, scoring 17 runs and only allowing Hannibal LaGrange to score 1 point.
This past Friday, Valor Women's Tennis opened their 2024 spring campaign by taking on Truman State University. The Valor showed out with strong efforts, fighting hard against the D2 Bulldogs, but ultimately, Truman State would claim the win over the Valor. Evangel fell in doubles play and lost 4 matches in the singles. There were still a couple victories for the Valor. Senior Abigail Cheney and Courtney Yates managed impressive wins over Truman State during their single matches. Well, Elijah, I would say it was an overall great week for Valor sports. I think basketball had an impressive game this week. They've managed to keep 6 wins consecutively, but they've just turned up their heat as an offense, and I'm excited to see where they go this season for sure.
Oh.
You mentioned baseball did pretty good too, right?
Oh, amazing. Absolute sweeping of the other team. I mean, a double run rule for 2 7-inning games, that's absolutely crazy. 17-1, our defense, offense was just on absolute par this weekend, and just amazing performances out there from our Valor athletes. So
absolutely. You know, and though tennis didn't have the greatest week this week, they're still just starting off. So I think we'll see them get some traction, get their feet under them, and hopefully still have a great season overall, for sure. Coming up next, I'll be here with Evangel baseball player Jared Jackson to talk about the baseball season.
And later, we'll look at some of the most significant college games from the weekend and take a look at the Super Bowl. We'll be right back.
brush, brushy brush, brushy brush, brush your teeth every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Great job, you're almost done.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today.
Aww, you should pick that up.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Welcome back. I'm here with Evangel baseball player Jared Jackson. Jared, thank you so much for being here with us today. So let's start off the interview. How did you start playing baseball?
Yeah, first off, thank you for having me for the interview. I started playing baseball when I was about 4 or 5 years old, I think, and I just kind of played it all the way up, and it's just always been something that I've really enjoyed. And I played all the sports going all the way up, football, basketball, and so, but like baseball really just stuck to me.
Sure.
Like something that I was figured out that like I can fail at, and that's normal, because it's not normal to fail in some sports, but in baseball it definitely is, you know.
Sure.
Just playing the odds like that.
How did you find yourself at Evangel playing baseball?
Yeah, so looking at in my high school career, it's just like my junior year, I started feeling about colleges and like looking and seeing where I wanted to maybe go to play, because I had an idea that I wanted to play. And I started off looking at other schools around here, like SBU and a few others, and ended up my senior year, I traveled quite a bit during the fall and looking at schools, some of them, you know, in Kansas and Oklahoma, but just found that Evangel was home.
Yeah.
And just the atmosphere here is great, and the culture on the team, which we're going to get to in a second, I think, is very good.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And what year are you?
I'm a freshman.
Freshman. And what's your position?
I'm a pitcher.
Pitcher. Good deal. How's the season been going so far for you? First year playing, it's been good?
Oh, it's been awesome. I mean, other than my injury, but I've had so much fun with the guys, and you know, I think we're just a very tight-knit group that is also very talented and just primed for success.
Absolutely. Is there any certain challenges that you guys have faced as a team?
Yeah, I think as a team, injuries has been one.
Injuries.
I think guys and just feeling fatigued and lots of training that we put in and stuff, and making sure that we get that right amount of recovery and rest is going to be key for us this year. And I think because we really can't afford to have any more guys to go down.
Sure.
And so I think as long as we can stay healthy, then we're going to be in a good spot.
Absolutely. Is there any major opponents you guys are coming up facing that you're looking forward to or really specifically preparing for?
Oh, yeah, definitely. This weekend, we got McPherson, and we're playing at their place this weekend. They're going to be really tough. They got some good arms and definitely some good hitters too. So our pitchers are planning for that, and our hitters are planning for their pitchers. And we are really looking forward to that matchup and getting ready to take on this team. So, because yeah, we're just pumped to start off our season in the KCAC.
Ready to take it on.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Then the next weekend we have Kansas Wesleyan at their place. So that's going to be very interesting because they are being looked at as like the best team in the conference or whatever. But we're not looking at like that. We're just looking at one game at a time, winning each pitch by pitch, you know, just that sort of thing.
That's awesome. I like that mentality you have, just one play at a time, keep you focused on
Yeah.
it. You mentioned earlier the culture. You have a really good culture with the team. Can you speak on that a little bit?
Oh, yeah. I think we just have a lot of guys on the team that, you know, Christ is centered in their life. And they just overall good guys that are always looking to include others and be very outspoken with their leadership and stuff that is phenomenal. And I think we have a lot of people on the team that offer good advice too. They've been around the game a long time, and especially for guys like me, I got guys to look up to that can give me good advice and help me with my pitching and just understanding the game more.
Absolutely. Is there any specific players you do look up to?
Yeah, I think one of them that I look up to is probably RJ Galvez. He's a senior this year, and he's been here, done that with pitching and stuff, and he's kind of taken me under his wing a little bit and just been really good to me.
Absolutely. That's awesome. That's awesome. Is there any piece of advice you would give an incoming athlete as a freshman next year?
Yeah, I would say as a freshman coming in, it can be a little daunting, and you may not think that you're ready or that you really want to be there. But I think if you are willing to just dive in and be a part of a group that is working towards success and be there for training and just put in all the hard work, that I think that you'll find that it is a place that you want to be.
Absolutely. Is there anything that makes Evangel baseball different than all the rest?
Yeah, I think it is that culture. You know, we don't do anything that is detrimental to our team success as far as in the locker room. Like we keep it pretty tame in there, and we just work together as a team. I think a lot of teams try to go out there and single players try to win it on their own. I think our guys, we understand that no one player can win on their own, and we work together like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have players that kind of keep you accountable, like keep you motivated and encourage you, that are walking the same like freshman year, first year playing baseball? Or?
Yeah, definitely. I think while he's not a freshman, I think like Taylor Wood has been there for me, just encouraging me to keep going on, as well as a freshman, Dane Smith. He's there for me, and I know that. As well as some older guys like RJ's been there to keep me motivated.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, it's important to have that team motivation all throughout, because, I mean, that's, like you said, it's not a one-person sport. It's a team sport for sure. But, well, thank you so much for being here with us today, Jared. We do appreciate it for sure. Coming up, we'll look at college basketball and see if the Chiefs were able to pull off a win in the Super Bowl. Stay tuned.
In 1977, in Johannesburg, South Africa, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. By the age of 9, he was already outplaying him. The odds of this gentle lad winning the Junior World Golf Championships at the age of 14, 1 in 16 million. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the Open Championship once and the US Open Championship twice, 1 in 780 million. The odds of this professional golfer having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 88. Ernie Els encourages you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
The Texas A&M men's basketball faced off against the Tennessee Volunteers on Saturday at Reed Arena. Texas took control of the game early, building a double-digit lead in the first 10 minutes and maintained the lead for the entire first half. Texas managed multiple three-pointers, 5 of which came from Texas guard Wade Taylor IV. Texas also forced 5 turnovers and controlled the glass with 22 rebounds, including 7 off the offensive glass. Tennessee's defense put their best foot forward, however, the Texas offense would not let up. Texas managed to keep winning the rebounds, leading to 15 different second chance points, and only suffered 10 turnovers. The Aggies players Tyrese Radford, Wade Taylor, and Anderson Garcia worked together, scoring a collective 52 points, leaving the final score 85-69, a Texas win over Tennessee. Texas now sits with a 15-8 overall record, while Tennessee fell to 17-6 overall.
The Iowa Hawkeyes played against Nebraska at Pinnacle Bank Arena on Sunday, where Nebraska came back from a 14-point deficit before the fourth quarter to beat Iowa 82-79. Fans came out from both sides in hopes of seeing Hawkeyes player Caitlin Clark set the NCAA women's career scoring record. But we'll have to wait for Thursday's game against Michigan, as she will be needing 8 more points to pass Kelsey Plum's record of 3,527 points. The game was well played by both teams, and many people are very excited to see that record broken. Taking a look into the professional world, we have the Oklahoma City Thunders versus the Sacramento Kings at Paycom Arena in Oklahoma City. The Thunders ended an 8-game losing streak to Sacramento on Sunday evening due to an amazing performances from players such as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who had 38 points, and Jalen Williams, who had 32. Jalen Williams, being off his short-term injury break and back on the court to take some of that pressure off of Shai, proved to be just what the Thunder needed in order to overthrow the Kings, with the final score of the game being 127-113 and a win for the Thunder.
On Sunday, the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers competed in the 58th annual Super Bowl in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. The Niners struck first in the game, taking a 3-0 lead early in the second quarter on a 55-yard field goal from kicker Jake Moody. They increased their lead to 10-0 thanks to a double pass trick play. Niners quarterback Brock Purdy pitched the ball back to wide receiver Jawan Jennings, who then threw it across the field to Christian McCaffrey, who sprinted 21 yards for the score. The Chiefs finally got on the board thanks to a field goal before halftime. Turnovers were the story of the game, with both sides making back-breaking mistakes. Midway through the third quarter, Harrison Butker hit a 57-yard field goal to cut the Niners' lead to 10-6. Mahomes then connected with Marquez Valdez-Scantling on a 16-yard touchdown pass to give the Chiefs a 13-10 lead. The Niners answered early in the fourth with a 6-yard touchdown, but Moody missed the extra point, leaving the Niners with a slim 16-13 lead. Butker's 24-yard field goal with under 6 minutes to go tied the score at 16. Jake Moody nailed a 53-yard field goal to give the Niners the 19-16 lead, but Mahomes took the Chiefs down the field, setting up a 29-yard tying field goal with 3 seconds left to send the game to overtime. Mahomes threw a 3-yard touchdown pass to Mecole Hardman in the final seconds of overtime, and the Chiefs beat the San Francisco 49ers 25-22, becoming the NFL's 9th repeat Super Bowl champions. Elijah, a lot to talk about, a lot going on in the professional world of sports. Can you walk us through some of the basketball games this week?
Yeah, for sure. I think for that Nebraska versus Hawkeyes game, the biggest thing was that people wanted to see Caitlin Clark reach that scoring record. And sadly, in the fourth quarter, she just wasn't scoring any points. Both teams were in a defensive lockdown, just going head-to-head the whole time. So, but fans can, expect to see that her break that record on Thursday in their game against Michigan. And then the Kings versus the Thunder. I know that Thunder was super excited that they beat the Kings because over the last couple seasons they've had constant losses against them. So I know that was a great game for them.
Sure, finally turning the tables on them for sure.
Yeah.
And probably what everybody's talking about right now, the Super Bowl.
Oh,
what did you think of the game?
Oh, that was a crazy game this weekend. I mean, like you said, turnover after turnover.
For sure.
People making mistakes, flags were called. But Kansas City managed to pull it off in overtime. Actually,
Absolutely.
It was a crazy game.
Well, it was like a slow build-up. The first half, it wasn't really much going on, slowly scoring, but then you get to the fourth quarter. And at the fourth quarter, everything was interesting. And someone said it best, if I want anybody in overtime working, it's Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
He can pull it off, and he totally did with like 8 seconds left.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible play. I think people will be talking about that for a long time.
There were multiple times I thought that game was over, and Patrick Mahomes just, boom, ran first down. It was
ultimately impressive.
Yeah.
Ultimately impressive for
sure.
sure. When we come back, we'll have the EUTV Player of the Week.
We'll also have your upcoming Evangel games this week. We'll be right back.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Man, Elijah, looking back on this past week, it's been a great week for Valor Sports.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I'm looking forward to seeing how some of our athletes will compete next week and the weeks following. So let's take a look at one of our own.
Absolutely. It's time now for the EUTV Sports Player of the Week.
This week's EUTV Player of the Week is Taylor McLeod. Taylor is a freshman infielder from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Taylor had a batting average of .600 over the weekend and recorded 8 RBIs and 6 scored runs. Taylor had 3 doubles and had 0 strikeouts for the weekend. He was also recognized as the KCAC Baseball Player of the Week.
Wow. A .600 batting average.
Yeah, I mean, an amazing performance from him this weekend and no strikeouts. That's almost unheard of in baseball. I mean, 6 runs scored, no strikeouts, and a 600 batting average. Taylor was having an amazing play all around this weekend.
Absolutely.
So,
Well, I'm looking forward to see how he does the rest of the season for sure as well.
yeah.
Now let's take a look at the upcoming Evangel games this week. Wednesday and Saturday, men's basketball will be competing. Wednesday at Bethany College and Saturday at Sterling.
Also on Wednesday and Saturday, women's basketball will be playing at 5:30 at Bethany College and 3 p.m. versus Sterling.
Men and women's tennis will be competing Saturday, February 17th against Mount Mercy at Cooper Tennis Complex.
Friday and Saturday, baseball will be playing at 1 p.m. against McPherson, and a doubleheader on Saturday, also against McPherson.
Softball will be competing at Kansas City Invite on Friday and again on Saturday at February 17th. Let's go Valor. A lot of upcoming games this week, some exciting things. I'm excited to see how our athletes perform overall.
Oh yeah, for sure. Cannot wait. Well, that's all the time we have for today for Sports Update. We invite you to check out euvalormedia.com for all the latest Evangel news and media. I'm Elijah Van Natta.
And I'm Caden McBride. Be sure to join us next week as we bring you the latest in sports news. For more information on Evangel Sports, go to evangelathletics.com. This has been Sports Update on EUTV.